Hello everyone and welcome to the Sample Questions Volume 6.3, question number 566 to 580. I'm Mohit Jain from MJ's Maths and Stats. When 100 is to be successively divided by 634, first divide 100 by 6, then divide the quotient 16 by 3, then divide the quotient 5 by 4. That is known as successive division. A number when successively divided by 5, then 3, and then 2, leaves remainder 0, 2, 1. What will be the remainders when the same number is divided successively by 2, 3, 5? Okay. A specific process to do this? Yes. Let's find the smallest of such number which when divided by 5, 3, 2 leaves remainder 0, 2, 1, and we have the trick. Let's start with the basic quotient, that is 1. Okay, now we need to move backward. 2 into 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. That means the smallest number that would be here is 3, isn't it? 3 into 3, 9, plus 2, 11. Similarly, 5 into 11, 55, plus 0 is 55. The smallest such number is 55, which we can have with the quotient 1. Now LCM of 532 is 30. 5k plus 30. These are the number which when divided by 532 will leave remainder 0, 2, 1 in this order. So let's divide our number 55 with 2, 3, 5. 55 divided by 2, 27, remainder 1. 27 divided by 3, 9, remainder 0. And now 9 divided by 5, 1 times, remainder is 4. So what will be the remainder? Remainder would be 104. Professor JM obtains a hash number of a given positive integer which is greater than 3. He subtracts 2 from the number to get a new number and multiplies the new number by 2 to get a term. Okay, so he have a number, he will subtract 2 from it, then he will get a new number and that will be his term after he have multiplied this number by 2. He repeats this with the new number to get a newer number and terms until the number becomes 2 or 1. The hash is defined at the sum of all the terms generated in the process. Okay, hash equals to sum of all the terms. For example, with the number 5, he multiplies 5 minus 3. Okay, so with 5 he deducted 2, now he get 3, now it doubles. Now with 3 he deducted 2, now he gets 1 and then he doubles. Now he stops because he have get either 2 or 1. So the hash count is 6 plus 2, that is 8. So hash of 5, it becomes 8. Very good. If Professor JM is given 3 number 4, 9, 13, what is the sum of the hash number he obtains for the 3 numbers? Okay, let's start with 4. We have 4, 4 minus 2 is 2, terms becomes 2 into 2, that is 4. So hash count of 4 is 4. We need to stop here because we get a 2. Now with 9, 9 minus 2 is 7, double of 7 is 14, that is my term. 7 minus 2 is 5, double of 5 is 10. 5 minus 2 is 3, double of 3 is 6. Now 3 minus 2 is 1 and double of 1 is 2. Now here professor will stop because he gets 1. 14 plus 10, 24 plus 6, 30 plus 2, 32. That means hash of 9 is 32. Now we have 13. 13 minus 2 is 11, double is 22. 11 minus 2 is 9, double is 18. Now you have got 9 and we know that after 9 his hash total is 32. So beyond 9 he will get 32 more. So hash total of 13 would be 32 plus 18, that is 50, and plus 22, that is 72. So what is the sum of hash number he obtains? That would be 4 plus 32 plus 72. 448108. Manna told Tina, if you give me half your money, I will have rupees 75. That is, Manna plus Tina by 2 would be equals to 75. That is 2m plus t is 150. Tina said, if you give me 1/3 of your money, I will have 75. That means Tina money plus 1/3 of Manna monies is equals to 75 again. Means 3t plus m is 225. That is 60 rupees. How much money does Tina have? Tina have got rupees 60. A man has a job which requires him to work 8 straight days and rest on the 9th day. That means total 9 for one round. If he started work on Monday, find the day of the week on which he gets his 12th rest day. 12th rest day means 12 rounds of work. Now 12 rounds means 12 into 9, that is 108 days. In a week we have got 7 days. So what is the remainder when 108 is divided by 7? 3. Now 3 odd days as counted from Monday would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. How many arrangement will start and end with a vowel for together? How many vowels do we have? O, E, E. 3 vowels. And how many alphabets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 letters, out of which 3 are vowels. So we need an 8 letter word. Beginning and ending should be with vowels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These remaining can be 5 consonants and 1 remaining vowel. So, in how many ways we can arrange 2 vowels? In how many ways we can arrange 3 vowels on 2 places? In how many ways we can arrange 2 vowels? In how many ways we can arrange 3 vowels in these 2 places? 3p2 ways. Now we are left with 5 consonants and 1 unplaced vowel to be placed in 6 places. So 6 alphabets, 6 letters can be placed in these 6 vacant places in 6p6 ways. But as we can see, 2e are alike items and we have got 2t which need to be also treated as alike items. So finally, in how many ways this work can be done? Divide this by factorial 2 because of these alike items. So 3p2 is 6, 6p6 is 720 and 2 into 2 will give me 4. 2 times 360, 2 times 3, 3 into 360 is 1080. There are 5 letters and 5 addressed envelopes. If the letters are put at random in the envelopes, so in how many ways we can do that if we are putting all letters in the addressed envelopes randomly? 5 and 5 places. So we will have total cases 5p5, that is 120. Done. What is the probability that only 2 letters are in correct envelope? So first of all we need to find which 2 letters are in correct envelopes. So for favorable cases I need to select first 2 letters which are correctly placed. Those are 5c2. Now these 2 letters will go correctly in their envelopes in 1 into 1 ways. Fine. Now the 3 remaining letters will never go correctly in their own places. In how many ways we can do that? That is known as subfactorial 3 ways. Now what is subfactorial 3? Subfactorial n is given by factorial n into 1 by factorial 0 minus 1 by factorial 1 plus 1 by factorial 2 minus 1 by factorial 3 till you reach n. subfactorial 3 is given by 3 factorial into 1 by 1 minus 1 by 1 plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 6. We stop. So this would be 6, LCM 6, 3 minus 1, that is 2. Okay, so favorable cases would be 5C2 is 10 into 1 into subfactorial 3 is given by 2, that is 20 cases. So our required probability is favorable cases by total cases, that is 1 by 6. Average of A, B, C is 48. So we can say A plus B plus C is 48 into 3, that is 144. When D is added, average becomes 47. That means A, B, C, D is 47 into 4, 160 and 128, 188. So if I deduct these two, D would be 188 minus 144, that is 44. E is 3 more than D. That means E equals 44 plus 3, that is 47. Average of B, C, D, E. Sum of B, C, D, E is 48 into 4, that is 192. What is the value of A? Okay, from B, C, D, E, if I deduct D and E, I'll get B, C. So B and C is 192 minus 44 minus 47, that is 192 minus 91, that is 101. Therefore A equals 144 minus 101, that is 43. Option A. A number plate can be formed with the two alphabet followed by two digits with no repetition. That means neither alphabet are going to repeat, neither digits are going to repeat. How many possible combination can we have? Now, on the first place, I have 26 alphabets, and out of which I can put 1 there. Now, for the second space, I'm left with only 25 alphabets because 1 is already placed on the first one. For the digits, on the first place, we can have 10 of the digits because a number plate can have 0. But on the second place of the digit, we can have only remaining 9 because one digit is already there on the third position. So how many possible combination can we get? Simply multiply these subjobs. 26 into 25 into 10 into 9 will give us 58500. An athlete decides to run the same distance in 1/4 less time that she usually took. Okay, so if she used to take T hours, now she decides to take 1/4 less, that is 3T by 4 hours as far as time is concerned. By how much percent will she have to increase her average speed? Let his actual speed was S kph or whatever. New speed is S1. So we know that T1 S1 is equals to T2 S2. So we can use T into S equals 3T by 4 into S1. T cancel out. I need S1 by S. So it would be 4 by 3. That is 1 by 3. So by how much percent will she have to increase her average speed? She need to increase her average speed by 1/3. 1/3 in percentage is 33.33%. Now, can we have a smart solution for this? Yes. As we know, the time into speed is constant. We can use rule 1 of line changing from our rule book of arithmetic, isn't it? Yes. And what does it says? That time is reduced by 1/4 if time goes down by 1 by 4, speed should come up by 1 by 4 minus 1, that is 1 by 3, that is 33.33%, so that A alone can do a piece of work in 10 days, B alone can do it in 15 days. The total wages for the work is rupees 50,000. How much should A be paid if they work together for entire duration of the work? So how long will they take if they are working together? If they are working together, the work would be completed in product by sum 150 by 25, that is 6 days. Now we know that A completes the work in A days, B completes the work in B days, then A and B completes the work in A into B by A plus B days, which we call product by sum formula. Now how much should A get? A should get the income for his 6 days work. Income for his 10 days work is 50,000. So income for his 6 days work is 50,000 by 10 into 6, that is rupees 30,000. Gargi travels a part of a journey by taxi paying 15 rupees per kilometer and rest by train paying 21 rupees per kilometer. If she travels a total of 450 kilometer and pays 8130, then the distance travelled by Gargi in train is, let the part travelled by her in train is x kilometer, therefore in taxi is 450 minus x kilometer. So we will have equation like 15 into 450 minus x plus x into 21 is equal to 8130. 230 kilometers. Arhit buys 18 pencils, brown and black. Let me call it R and this is L, for rupees 100. That means R plus L is 18. For every black pencil, he pays 1 rupee more than the brown pencil. Okay, so price of brown pencil is P, price of black pencil is P plus 1. Then P into R plus P plus 1 into L is equals to 100, because total money he spent is 100. What is the cost of black pencil? We are looking out for P plus 1. And how many did he buy? That means we are also looking out for the value of L. I can plug in options and very easily try to identify. But whenever we have got like none of the above type solution, plugging option may not give me confidence. So let's try and solve. So R plus L is 18. If I take common P, I'll have R plus L plus PL. PL goes there and we are left with only L equals to 100. Now R plus L is 18. So equation is 18P plus L is equals to 100. Now using the concept of slopes of a straight line, we can find the values of L and P, integral value of L and P very easily. How? Let's see. We have P and we have L. Suppose entire P is 0, then L would be 100. Now the value of L will start decreasing by 18 points and value of P will start increasing by 1 point, and we will have different set of P and L's. Like what? If I increase P by 1, L will reduce by 18. That means next value of L would be 82. Then how many times I can reduce this value of L to? We can see that we can reduce this value of L till it reaches 10. How? 18 into 5 is 90. We can reduce it by 9 times. So when P is 5, reducing, and when we reach 5, L have reduced by 90 points. That means L have become 10 now. Isn't it? Okay, let me give you one more example. When P increases to 2, L reduces to 82 minus 18. When P becomes 3, L becomes 82 minus 18 minus 18. So when L will become 5, when P will become 5, L will become 10. Now there won't be any further reduction in this value, because if I increase P by 6, L value will become 10 minus 18, that is minus 8, and which is not possible. So if I look at this value 5, 10, P is 5, L is 10. The previous value would have been 4 and 28. Now it is known that R plus L is 18. That means L cannot be 18. The best fit is 10 for L and 5 for P. So P plus 1 becomes 5 plus 1, that is 6. The expression leaves a remainder when divided by some other algebraic expression. Now, what does this factor theorem or remainder theorem says? When fx is divided by x minus a, remainder is f of a. That's it. So this is our function of x. This is x minus a. So a is equals to 3 and minus 2 is our remainder. So I can say that f of 3 is equals to 3 into 3 square minus m into 3 plus 10 should be equals to the remainder, that is minus 2. 9 3 27 minus 3m plus 10 is minus 2. 27 plus 10 is 37 plus 2 is 39 equals 3m. Therefore m should be equals to 39 by 3, that is 13. A circular dartboard of radius 1 foot is at a distance of 20 feet from you. You throw a dart at it and it hits the dartboard at some point P in the circle. Kahin par bhi it can go and hit at point P in the circle. What is the probability that P is closer to the center of the circle than the periphery? Periphery means the circumference. That means this is our dartboard, this is our center. Our P should be closer to the center. That means if I put center point of the radius and if I draw a circle here, that means I'm looking out for the probability that my dart lies in this particular shaded portion, isn't it? Because the distance till the periphery of this shaded portion is 50% from the center and the distance of center from the outer periphery. So if any point lies on the circle or inside the shaded portion will suits my favorable area is pi r square, and r in this case is half a foot, and total area is pi 1 feet square. So the required probability in this case would be pi by 4 divided by pi, that is 1 by 4. The citizens of planet Brahmi are 8-fingered and thus developed their number system in base 8. A certain street in Brahmi continent or planet contains 1000 in base 8 buildings numbered 1 to 1000. How many fives are used in numbering these buildings? Let me revise this concept of counting digits. Suppose this is not in base system 8, we are in base system 10. Then how many times digit 5 occurs between 1 to 1000? And the easiest process to count this is, let's start from 000 to 999. How many numbers are there between 000 to 999? There are 1000 numbers. And to write these numbers in this order of 000, we need how many digits? We need 1000 into 3, that is 3000 digits. Now, in our base system, we have got 10 digits. If I divide this by 10, it is 300. Believe me or not. Digit 5 occurs 300 times between 1 to 1000 when we are writing this in base system 10. The same logic is used in any number system. The same logic is used in any number system. Now, what do you mean by any number system? In number system 8 also, digit 5 occurs between 1 to 1000. How many times? 300 times. But in base system 8. This 300 times is in base system 8. That means convert this into base system 10 to find your answer. This would be 3 into 8 is square plus 0 into 8 to the power 1 plus 0 into 8 to the power 0 when we are converting this 300 written in base system 8 to base system 10. 64 into 3 is 192. Thank you everyone for participating. This is Mohit Jain signing off from MJ's Maths and Stats, that MJ Magic Studio to you. Practice, do well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.